Hello, my name is FRANCESFOX, and I'm a remote viewer trained in interspecies communication in a secret government program that hasn't been declassified yet. Yes, they get cranky when I talk a little bit too much, and they have their ways of shutting that down. We're going to do your horoscopes now and tell you what's going to be going on from November 28th to December 4th, 2022. But first, let me review why it is that for some of you, you think astrology doesn't exist, is not real, is just a game. It's 5,000 years old. There's information and scientific studies on it for over 5,000 years. Now, the people may not have graduated from Yale, but they were excellent observers and they jotted it all down. And in the last several years, there have been insurance companies and medical departments and universities that have done studies on the connection between when you were born and how you get sick. And they have concluded that if you're a Libra, you get sick more often. This was an insurance company. And another insurance company concluded that the Geminis were the ones that had the most accidents. They concluded that there was a relationship between when you were born and certain activity. So why is it that many times what the good stuff in your astrology horoscopes doesn't happen for you? Well, there can be two major reasons. One is somebody did black magic on you. And again, I'm so sorry if you don't believe in black magic, because I'll bet you anything that your religion does. I bet you anything that the religion you were born into and that you say that you are, they do believe in black magic and curses. Why don't you? You don't know how to handle it. Maybe you need to get educated. That can stop you from receiving some of the wonderful energy the planets are sending you. The second thing, these are the two major blocks to not benefiting from the great stuff the planets can send. We already know they can send terrible stuff also. Second thing is you had a childhood trauma. Generally, it's childhood, and you broke, and a big spirit came into the part of you that fragmented. And that spirit doesn't have your same sign, nor does it have an intention for things to go well for you. So those are the two major blocks to getting the benefits of what the planets can send you. Where do those energies come in? Well, astrology, your astral body. What major civilization has not believed in astrology, the planets? None, other than the one we live in today. But the culture that we live in today, modern life, they don't believe in the other dimensions, yet most of them are Christian, and everything having to do with religion is from the other dimensions. So there's a bit of a dichotomy. And then they have all those studies on psychoneuroimmunology, where it was proven in medical studies that your stress, your emotions can be the basis for your disease. Stress and emotions are other dimensional. So I just wanted to explain why maybe you are not getting the benefit of what the planets are sending. But let's go into the horoscopes of the 12 different signs. And you can listen and you can pay attention and compare notes between what it is that might be happening with you having to do with what I'm saying and what it is that actually happens. Now, the type of horoscopes that I do have to do with your astral emotional body. You have an astral body, and it has to do with emotions. That's what it reacts to. It reacts emotionally. And it is actually your spirit, which you have since you're conceived, which at night astral travels. But it is, you always have one. And when you die, it separates for the last time from your physical body and the rest of your assemblage. So you don't just automatically sprout a spirit when you die. Well, what do you do with it before then? You're not doing very much. And that's why, one of the reasons why the world is such a mess, because the astral spirits can be very violent and very scary. All the horror movies have to do with influences from there. Those spirits are all on the astral planes. But let's go into more positive things. Let's go into your astrology for this week, the 28th of November to the 4th of December, 2022. We're in end times, the apocalypse. Dark and light are coming together. Sometimes it feels like dark is winning, but not really. And if it is at any time, it's because we didn't know enough, we didn't acknowledge it, we didn't learn about it, we didn't protect ourselves. So a lot of what it is that we teach has to do with protection and purification so that the dark side does not completely take over your life, not just your bedtime. And most people are not sleeping well. And it is always due to spirit interference. Even when you have like surgery and you're okay during the day with the pain and you go to sleep at night and then all of a sudden you can't sleep at night because of the pain, but you're okay in the day, that's a spirit. Did you know that there are scientific studies done recently that cancer cells wake up at night and reproduce more quickly at night? So now they're redoing their protocols so that they give you your chemo at night. What is it that wakes up at night, according to everything that I teach and that most people in my field teach? The spirits don't wake up at night. The spirits hang out during the day. And when you get ready to go to sleep, then they get active. But apparently they get active even at a cellular level. I think I might be talking too much about not just astrology, but astral, which is where the astrology energies come into. So let's start with Aries, which is where everybody who's a traditional astrologer starts. So what's going on with Aries? You still have a lot of red. You have like a red snake draped around the top part of your body, the 3 top chakras. You're frustrated and you're like flailing around at some invisible force, but that invisible force is inside of you. It's not a spirit out there that's making you crazy or your brother-in-law. It's actually something that you have draped around you that looks like a snake. So I would do the mantra, even though I hate and there's nothing I can do, I love and accept myself. That is a purification mantra, like a vacuum cleaner, and it will take out. If you do it 5 times and you actually pay attention to how you felt before and how you feel after doing it 5 or 10 times, you'll go, my God, I feel a lot better. Well, what was that all about? That was about the fact that you were dealing with the element of fire and you have too much. And when there's too much of any element, it changes your personality, your character, and it takes over your destiny, determining it, because that's where reality is created with the 4 elements. Next, we have Taurus, earth sign. Kind of like hanging out and you're looking over your shoulders. You kind of made a decision, but you look over your shoulders, not this shoulder, this shoulder. You look over your shoulder and you're wrestling with, do I just do it? Do I just do it? And not whether you should do it. You're past that. Do I just do it? And you're looking over here at people. What are they going to think? What are they going to say? Are they going to try and stop you? Stop it. You already made the decision, Taurus. And you know that when you decide to do something, everybody needs to get out of the way or they'll get run over. So don't run yourself over. Just go ahead and do it. If you want to do a mantra, you can do a purification mantra, even though I'm afraid it's going to upset everyone. I love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid it's going to upset everyone, I love and accept myself. That's your fear. You're going to do it anyway. So then you can do that mantra to reduce the fear, but you can do an intention mantra. Please, God, help me with my intention that the process be graceful. Please, God, help me with my intention that the process be graceful. My dog wants to join again. This is Lucky Lola. Okay. Taurus, just do it. Do the 2 mantras, purification and intention, that it be graceful. That doesn't mean you show up with the diamond tiara and with a flowing gown. It means graceful as in it doesn't create a lot of ruffling of feathers or angering of people. Continuing on to air, Gemini. You're looking around and you're like you're a little bit afraid of people and their reaction to stuff that's going on. You're afraid of their reaction when you give them some great news, apparently, that you've had or that you're going to have. You wonder if they're going to go from feeling sorry for you to being jealous and angry at you. So I would say that you should protect your projects unless they're totally anchored. If it's up in the air, don't talk about it. If it's almost done, don't talk about it. If they said, yes, you're going to have it, you're going to get it, but it's not signed, don't talk about it. because people are very frustrated today. Human beings, all of us have a tendency to be jealous. It's part of our life. And there's no need to have that energy dragging down something good that you're going to have. And you're worried about it. I mean, it's probably a legitimate worry. So protect it. Okay? I don't mean becoming a very secretive human being, but protect it. Don't talk about it until it's a done deal. And then you might want to do a mantra of purification. Even though I'm jealous, I love and accept myself, to make sure there's not even a scrap of jealousy inside of you that would trigger the law of attraction and draw jealousy towards you. Okay, Gemini? Okay, good. Sounds like there's good news. Cancer, water sign. You have a big black hole in your solar plexus, part of your heart chakra, and the upper part of your second chakra, which is sacral sexual. I just think you need to do, even I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. Even though I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. You repeat it silently in your head. You blow the air out through your mouth so that all these muscles here can relax. And it's been centuries of depression because the souls that came in this incarnation as Cancer have witnessed a lot of stuff, just like Pisces, and they're emotionally overwhelmed with the level of depression at what they see and what they've been through. So there's your purification mantra. It acts like a vacuum cleaner. It is not an affirmation that you're depressed. Okay? It's a vacuum cleaner. Continuing on with Leo, which is fire. You're breathing better. You have achieved something. You have been released from something. You're better. You're no longer swimming in a sea of this red energy. How interesting. I'm actually just seeing some people that are Cancer Leo, a couple, and all of a sudden the Leo is no longer feeling all this rage and fire and feistiness, etc. And it's because somebody else has transferred to someone else who now is having trouble handling all that fire. Remember about transference of energies. Why am I saying this? Because you want the person you're paired off with, the people you work with, the people that you love, your kids to be fine. You have to take care of your emotional issues, because you can have a sweet smile on your face, but if you have a lot of unresolved emotional stuff inside, that is going to transfer to the people that are closest to you, which are generally the people that we love, not our enemies. So just do that. Leo, you're much better. One way or another, you've released the volume, a sheer volume of frustration and of hatred. So you're able to think much better. Okay? Virgo, Earth. You're still all tied up. So here we go back to this. And see all those strings? When people do curses and black magic, they take those strings. So those are the strings from string theory. So the magicians, the black magicians, and the curanderos and the santeros know about string theory, and they use it and have for centuries. Meanwhile, we have the physicists searching the four corners of the earth for string theory. It's right there on the screen, and people have been using it forever. I have always said that I have learned more about creating reality when I read the curses and the black magic that is done to my clients, and I go, oh my God, those people into black magic know more than we do about the human mind and how to twist it into a pretzel to where our life gets twisted into a pretzel. So be open-minded, because you may find information in places that you really wouldn't have thought to look. I mean, that's just not your thing. Black magic is not my thing either. My thing was to help my clients, particularly my business clients, and finding so frequently that black magic was what was stopping them and what was taking them down, that I had to learn what that was about and learn how to clear it. And in doing that, I have learned so much that I'm better able to teach you. And I'm not teaching black magic. I'm teaching magic. Okay? So, Virgo, you're all tied up. I think you need to do a mantra. Please, God, help me with my intention to exercise my free will. Please, God, help me with my intention to exercise my free will, because you are not exercising your free will, Virgo. And I think this has been a couple of months. This is not this week and last week. I think you need to deal with this, because I think you must be pretty darn miserable from what I can see. Libra, another air sign. Okay. You're getting ready to go. You made your decisions. You thought about it. You wrestled with it. You cried and screamed about it. You made the decisions, and you're kind of going out the gate of your property. This is symbolic. Right here, this is all black. Unfortunately, this is your throat chakra, which is about truth, and this is your immune system. So I think your depression, because it's black, is affecting your immune system, which means you can get sick. So you need to move this black from here. So I would, the mantra for the throat chakra is a very interesting mantra. Do not overreact. The mantra is, even though I'm a liar, I love and accept myself. Okay, what is that all about? You're not a liar. Yeah, you are. Because every time you walk down the hall of your company or where you work and somebody says, oh, how are you? I'm fine. When you're not fine, you're ready to slit your wrist so you're so miserable. That's lying. When your kid says, what's going on? And you go, no, nothing, everything's fine. And it's not fine, that's lying. Your throat chakra knows. Your throat chakra was not constructed to be politically or socially correct. It is all about truth. So when you lie, you're killing it. And you have 5 portals here. 5 portals to other dimensions. So when your throat chakra is not hermetic, you have a lot of invasions. So, Libra, you're black from here to here. Your immune system is compromised by a congestion of negative astral particles of depression. Your mantra should be, even though I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. Even though I'm depressed and want to die, I love and accept myself. Now, do you really want to die all the time? No. But that energy is there. And it's from stuff that happened that was not good. And that was your reaction. And then I'm okay. It's fine. I got over it. Don't worry. Not true. Okay. That's your astrology for this week. Sorry, it's not more glamorous. But you know what? I think I still lie a lot. Okay. But I don't think we can live in a civilization unless we all do a lot of lying, and therefore we have to do a lot of mantras. Got it? Continuing on. Scorpio, water, Scorpio. Oh my God, last week you were in a barrel of sewage of rage and frustration. And I see you climbing out of the barrel, shaking off your feet. And yet when you dry yourself off with a towel, it's not dirty. That you were in, now you got out of it, it's not hanging on you. You got rid of it. Congratulations. Don't look back. Whatever decision you made that allowed you to climb out of there, which must have meant you left something, you gave up something, you pushed something away, you decided not to continue to do something, whatever you did, you're going to end up shiny. It's okay. It's scary because that was like really ugly, but it's okay. Okay. Continuing on with Sagittarius. Interesting. This time I'm getting in English the same images as I did in Spanish, which wasn't the case till now, which had me a little bit confused. And yet everything seemed to be accurate according to all my followers. Okay. Sagittarius, you have on, doesn't matter, this is symbolic. You have on a pair of heels, you're bending down, you're taking them off your feet, you're throwing them away, and you are putting your feet solidly on the ground, 1 foot down, grounding it, the next foot, grounding it. Well, that means in terms of solid root chakra, money, where you live, security, baseline things. You're no longer going to try to look attractive and nice to the outside world. You want solid footing, and you're going to get it, even if it means throwing away some conventional things. I think this is good. I think you're going to feel a lot more empowered, Sag. I think this decision you made is good. And that's it. You made it. You're doing it. It's not like you're going to. You did it. Good luck. Okay? Not that I think you need it. Just felt like the right thing to say. Capricorn, earth sign. Same as in Spanish. That's good. You're saying goodbye to somebody. You're kind of ending a relationship, or you're not putting it on hold. You're ending it. And okay. And you're very civilized. The other person is like, okay. And you're ending it, okay. And then you said, can I have my keys, please? And the person goes, no, I'll keep the keys, because you never know. One day you may need them, and you can just call me and I'll have them. And the Capricorn goes, no, no, no. Let me have the keys, please. No, come on, I'll give them to you another time. Don't worry about it. And you go, Capricorn, no, I need my keys now. So I think you ended something, and you already practice up and look forward to as to whether, well, maybe, and you went, no. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to ensure that there's no comeback. I'm going to get my keys back, whatever that the keys are symbolic of. It's like, that's it. This chapter is over. And then you walk away and you go, and what was I thinking about this chapter that you just ended? And what was I thinking? So, but you're not, I don't see you super upset, which is good. It means you really work through all the emotional aspects of making this decision, which in a sense was huge, but in terms of big picture, it wasn't huge at all. I think maybe that person or that company or that business or that job or relationship wasn't that huge, having to do with you and your life. It was like a passing time type situation. Not sure. Let's continue with Aquarius, which is an air sign. Big black hole here, which means you have a hole in your faith. There's something in the economy called market confidence. It's the funniest thing. When I realized what it was years ago, I went, wow, our entire economy rests on market confidence, which really means faith in the market. It doesn't rest on numbers, versatility. It rests on faith, just like our religions teach us. And I was like, wow. So if somebody wanted to do us in, all they would have to do is beat up on our faith, which, by the way, people do that on purpose to take us down. Because when you don't have faith, it's very hard to continue forward. Aquarius, you don't have faith. You don't have confidence in yourself. You don't have market confidence. You don't have social confidence. You don't have any of that. You lost the faith. Big hole. So, 2 mental yogas. The Om is a mantra. You do Om all day long. Just very relaxed. Don't force it. If you get tired, you're not doing it right. And then you do a technique that we call the telegram. You send a telegram to your third eye and your crown, basically right here. And the telegram is, I trust, I trust, I trust. And you say it silently. And you send the words into yourself right here. It's really miraculous. And if you could do the Om at the same time you're sending yourself a telegram, then you will be declared a gymnast in mental yoga. That means you're getting pretty flexible with your mind, which is a very good thing. Okay? So forget everything else. You have to reestablish your faith in yourself, in your life, and everything. And like market confidence, once that's gone, the whole house of cards collapses. You don't want that to happen. So try those 2 things, because they can help to reestablish. They can help to hold you up meanwhile, and to reestablish your faith, which really means repairing the congestion of depression you have in your crown chakra, which is right here. Okay, let's go on to the last sign, which is Pisces, which is a water sign. Pisces, you're scared, you're kind of hunched over. What you're going to do, whatever it is you decided to do, you are going to do anyway. So your mantra, please God help me with my intention that this be graceful. You're going to do it anyway. Let's make it graceful. Graceful does not mean a diamond tiara and a long gown with a train and a fan. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking graceful as in nobody fighting, nobody threatening to kill themselves, nobody accusing, just graceful. And just keep repeating it before you make the phone call, before you tell people, before you meet with people that are going to ask you about this decision you made. Just please God help me with my intention that it be graceful. And keep the complaining to a minimum. Those are your horoscopes. Now, how did I do this? You know those little charts the astrologer do? If you put a gun to my head and said, we're going to shoot you if you don't do one, I'd say, shoot me, because I wouldn't even know where to start. So how do I do this? I'm a trained remote viewer. I can pick up information in many different ways: auditory, visual, sensory, instantaneous knowing, which is called being claircognizant. It's my intention to give you information that will make your week easier and your life easier. Therefore, the information comes in. How does it come in? Images, words, instantaneously knowing, whatever would be most efficient. Who makes those decisions? Not really sure, because I don't think about it. But it's been a lot of years of training. And it's just, again, intention. My intention to get it the quickest, the most efficient, the most understandable. And one day I'll put in the most pleasant, but that's not in yet. Everybody knows I haven't taken any kind of classes in diplomacy because I was trained in a military setting by military people and by scientists, and they don't go with all those filters. Pleasant, don't upset anybody. How can you say that? What's true? Yeah, but how can you say that? Do you know what that's going to sound like? What it makes you sound like? I didn't get any of that. I had to just give it the information as I got it. So anyway, I just wanted to give you that little piece of information, and I'm going to sign off now. Okay? And we do have good stuff happening in the other dimensions, even though there's still a bit of a mess. It's like there's a riot out there. So you have to make sure that you're very grounded. A lot of contact with nature, okay? Thank you for listening. I love you a lot. And I hope to be your favorite psychic spy.